Hey, what's up, guys? I am Matt, and this is My Crazy Podcast, episode 34. I actually remember the number this week. Who are you?
Jimmy motherfucking D.
Dusty B.
Rich.
Hi, Wes. It's my brother.
Who are you?
There's a hair in my eye. Oh, I'm Tina.
Well, there we go. We got it. All right, so this week, let's start with, so this actually happened I found this out right after we finished recording the last podcast, as a lot of subjects happen. What's that?
Yes, that gentleman. Yes, that is exactly what I'm referring to. If you look at his facial structure, it's slightly similar to
sorry
Logan
guys.
Paul's.
This is a conversation that we were having previously beforehand. So
He's got the sound clip.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So Bob Iger did an interview this week. Bob Iger, for everyone who doesn't know, is the CEO of Disney. And as far as I know, he's the largest single shareholder of Disney at this point. He's pretty much Disney at this point. He saved Disney.
he is Mickey
Disney.
Mouse.
He saved Disney in the mid 2000s when it was going down fucking hill. He was the one that made the decision to buy Pixar, buy Marvel, buy Lucasfilm. He's the one doing all the buyouts. He came out this week. He made two big announcements. I'll start with the bad news because it hits me towards the heart. Also, I think it vindicates Kathleen Kennedy, because at the end of the last episode, I said she wasn't doing well with Star Wars, and I felt like my issue with it was she was putting out too much content at once, and I thought it was her trying to appease I thought it was her trying to show her ambition to the shareholders, but it turns out Bob Iger has come out. He said, no, that was my fault. I pretty much told her, we need these movies out by this date. You got to make it happen, which honestly I think gives her a lot more credit, because the fact that Solo came out as well as it did, when you have one of the biggest CEOs in the media industry telling you need it done by this date when it's not working out, I think, gotta give her credit. But yeah, what do you guys think about him taking credit? Well, taking credit for the kind of derailing of Star Wars.
I mean, at least he had like the balls to come up and say something too. One that his decisions made somebody else like catch heat, as your opinion was on things. But I'm disappointed. Don't get me wrong, I am. Star Wars is near and dear to me. It's hard news to swallow.
Yeah, Dusty, you want to go for? I'm the biggest Star Wars fan, so I'll go last.
My personal opinion is pretty much going to be what everybody else is probably going to say. Good, he owned up to it. That's awesome. Ooh, yada yada. But dude's a big time exec. Shouldn't have made that kind of call anyway. If it's being rushed, you're gonna get sloppy. Yeah. It's just facts. Things are gonna get dropped.
Yeah, it's logical. But at the same time, I feel like this is nothing new.
Yeah,
this is something that happens within the industry often. It's just rare for someone of that position to actually admit to it. You know what I mean?
And it's a cash cow, so you're gonna be able to milk it regardless of how. Dude, you could wait a year and a half and still drop a movie. Take 6 months filming instead of 3 months. Not even rush it. Drop that shit, and I guarantee you it'll still make just as much, if not more, than the last film.
They did that before.
Guaranteed.
There's
no
movie
reason
that
to rush it.
recently came out that they did like a soft showing for, and you tried to figure out why, because the movie itself looked somewhat good, and I guess it was advertised almost a year and a half, 2 years ago, but then you find out Kevin Spacey was in it. So they literally held the entire movie for 2 years, and then they literally did a soft opening and then put it out afterwards.
And it was the worst box office opening, because they didn't market it. They put in 5 theaters, not 5 theaters, but
I think it made something literally they estimated only 800,000.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
It. But again, it was because of the marketing. But again, like I said before, where it's rare, they admitted to that. The reason they even did it is because we knew about the movement. We didn't want to interrupt anything, and we didn't want to look like those type of people. So I feel like it like I said, it's not something new, but it's rare for someone of that position to actually at least come out and say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's something that's very different.
Yeah, no, I agree. What do you think? Well, you're not a Star Wars fan.
Oh, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
Yep.
You don't care at all.
Nope, not
All
one
right,
bit.
cool. So I'll give my final opinion on it before we go to the other nerdy part of the good part, nerdy part of what he was talking about. I agree. I mean, what's done is done. It kind of sucks that history's made. You can't really undo Star Wars Episode 8. We can't undo the rushed state that I feel like Rogue One is in, even though I know you liked it.
Yeah.
I know you loved it, but I feel like if they put it,
I liked it because of Donnie Yen. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, no, exactly. I like the visual effects and all that stuff, but as far as like character, I didn't think it as much. And to be fair, the only reason there was more character in Solo is because we already knew Solo. There was pre-established films, but at the same time, I feel like it did better. I do have to respect the fact that Bob Iger did take credit, because when Bob Iger took over Disney, he took over from Michael Eisner. And the main problem with Michael Eisner is he wasn't taking blame for anything. He was he ruined the Pixar deal, and his whole motto of it, well, we own the characters, so let's just make sequels to like Toy Story and the movies that we already did. And he never wanted to take blame for anything, and that almost killed Disney. So to see him kind of like fix what he's trying to do, I do like that. And just hire me to do Darth Vader a solo a Star Wars story, please. Thank you. That's just my final statement. All right. Other nerdy news from that interview. He said that Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios, who's been pretty much the godfather of the MCU, is going to take over the X-Men franchise if Fox gets merged. Which, after hearing that news, I finally decided to watch X-Men movies because I've never seen an X-Men movie.
That's
What?
crazy.
You've never seen one at all?
I've seen the
or-
Wolverine movies, which
Wow.
and I've seen the Deadpool movies, but I decided to see Days of Future Past,
Okay.
which I guess
Days of Future Past is
which I saw was
probably
the
like
best one, but I realized it kind of retconned.
I still
The
think the
first
first
three?
one's the best one. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
oh, yeah, well,
no,
the
not
original-
not the first one. The second one.
Oh yeah,
the one with
X2.
Stryker.
Yes,
I still feel that one
that
was like
one's
the
really
best
good.
one.
That was, but I don't know. There's something
just
about
thought the
Days of
ending
Future
was off
Past
for
that
me.
was
I
like
saw- I
really
saw the clip-
fucking good.
I saw clips of like the first two growing up as a kid because they were always on FX and all that
Okay.
stuff. But I never watched it all the way through. So I was like, all right, let me see Days of Future Past because that was the best review. And I saw Apocalypse after. I see why it's one of the worst reviewed. But I want to go back on all of them. But I think it's cool. I also think it's a perfect way at this point because I saw Logan. I think it's the perfect time to reboot the X-Men.
Oh god, that was
What?
I wonder how.
no, not Logan Paul.
No,
Sorry, I thought we were still on that.
Logan Wolverine.
Logan. Yeah, Logan
Hugh Jackman.
Wolverine. Hugh Jackman. You don't know nerdy stuff.
No.
No, that's a lie. No, that's a lie. You know
I
that.
feel
You know
like if
gamer
you saw a
stuff.
picture of Hugh Jackman, you would know who I'm talking about.
She's more of a gamer nerd. It's less of a movie.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman himself, who he is as a person, that and he does theater.
Yeah.
So I still feel she would like at least recognize the face of
Probably,
Hugh Jackman.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he's very attractive. What's your guys' opinion on X? Like, see how I slide that in there. What's your guys' opinion on X-Men possibly join the MCU?
Honestly, I think it'd be lit. Like, I see. Unlike you, Matt, who failed at fucking like being any sort of like a fan.
Let's put in context.
Um,
X-Men 1 came out in 2000. I was 4 years old.
So fucking what?
All right, so my question, I guess,
Yo,
then
I was
is,
I
did
was
you
7.
base
I was
everything
watching Don't Be a Menace
of
to South
X-Men
Central.
I
Come on now.
I did based
Hold
off
up.
the. I did based off the
Are we
cartoon.
about to slam our
Based off
dicks
the
on the
cartoon.
table about
Okay.
X-Men
That's my
shit?
experience.
No,
with
but-
X-Men.
with the cartoon. So that's a good start then if you're going from that, if you didn't go like comics, because like I'm an old man.
Yeah.
So like for me, I started with the comic books and everything else. So I've ran like the original X-Men
Preach.
to the Uncanny X-Men.
X-Men Ultra Flare cards, baby.
Ultra, yeah. Like there's so many different genres to X-Men itself
Yes.
that if they wanted to, they could make TV shows out of it and be fine. Like
Yeah.
they're basically doing right now with like the Green Arrow, Green Arrow, Flash, and all that kind of stuff.
DC.
And they can make such a in-depth character plot. Like if they I saw like they were talking about doing the Uncanny all over again, and if they did just a series, let's say on the Greys, which would be like Jean Grey, it would be Summers and everything else with Cyclops and everything, that could make millions. I think personally.
Well, they're actually sort of already working on that with Legion, I believe it's called, or something like
Okay.
that. It's about Xavier's son. And
Really?
yeah, and he's in an insane asylum. It's actually on Fox, and it was part of one of the universes actually in the film franchise. It was the first TV show to be released to date to actually have something to do, to have some correlation, some impact on the actual universe.
See, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought when they were talking about making a TV show for Legion, it was going to be based off that
It's on
the
Hulu
religious
currently.
movie, the
No,
one that
no.
they made a couple years back,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything else.
No, it's
so
actually-
I thought it was something based on that
Got
itself.
you.
I didn't want to deal with it.
No, it's actually about Xavier's son, and it's on Hulu right now. You can catch it on that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's actually a pretty good show. And it has to do with the Nightmare King, I believe his name is. I forget his name. Brain's kind of out of whack right now.
Well, see, I like weird characters in X-Men that like people don't know about, like Sunspot. Like he was literally, like if you want to talk about like the oddest stereotype, it was literally a black kid that will turn into what looked like charcoal. It was just ridiculous.
That's-
It made no sense, but like I loved him as a character. There's so many people you could choose out of X-Men, like how they did Deadpool, and
Yeah,
then
they
you had
took-
Cable coming in and everything. There's so many characters just in that era itself that they can make a whole list of movies without an issue.
I personally believe that they should just let. I'm personally, this is just me, but the people want what they want.
Yeah, of
I
course.
say let the comic movies slow down and die.
I don't want them to die.
No, I mean slow down, like you know what I mean, like come out with every once in a while like it used to be, but
I feel like
all
I
this
said before
cr-
with like the TV series, you do a couple of those and then you make one large movie itself.
I'm with that.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm
would be
definitely
perfect.
cooked. I'm
could,
burnt out.
That could work now with the streaming service. I think
That's true.
Marvel
Yes.
should stick with the cinematic universe, and the DC should stick with the one-offs. Because the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But
How
the other-
fucking
I did
yes.
not see that trailer.
Yeah.
It's not even a trailer.
No,
it's
you
just
just-
shots of him
it's-
acting like the Joker. And
Really?
It's better than any of the trailers for any of the other DCEU
Yo,
movies.
it's crazy.
It's not even a trailer.
It's so dark.
That's kind
It's
of.
mad dark, and it's just in like an emotion.
It's just like one.
But see, that's the thing that ruined these other movies, though, is the fact that it was so dark.
No, not even. But it wasn't dark and white.
No.
It was just like it's just eerie. It's just
Yeah.
like there's some like it's not like
It was edgy without trying to be edgy.
exactly. It's not like Jared Leto felt like he went to Hot Topics like I'm gonna piss my parents
No,
off.
what are you talking about? Not he thought. That's exactly what he did. I'm
Yeah, he
sorry.
went to Hot Topics,
I'm not
like,
trying to
I'm-
be a dick to him
and he's
because I
like-
think he's a great actor, but like when it came to, I feel like he put too much pressure into what he thought the Joker should be, as
Yeah.
opposed to
what the Joker is.
exactly. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Because
I
it's,
felt
it's a
he
written
focused
character.
too much on visual
Like, you
when
know
it
what
came
I'm
to the
saying?
Joker.
Like, when an actor properly is supposed to adapt to the written character, like, that's why when you write, you know, we all know who are in it, you know, you need to have the story of how they grew up.
Yeah.
Well, that thing, if you put it in that standpoint too, so that means you could blame the writers because they had issues with that too. Then
I blame Zack Snyder. But I said this
That's
2
it.
weeks.
Well, you also have to-
I said this 2 weeks ago. But everyone hates that I blame Zack Snyder, but I blame Zack Snyder. Come at me. I don't
You
care.
also have to keep in mind that
But why
Come
are
at
you
me. I don't
hating?
care.
Why can you hate though? Like if you have valid points.
No, I do have valid point. I've always explained it, but whenever I explain it to a Zack Snyder fan, they just don't. It's kind of like religion.
So it's like a Kanye fan.
Yeah,
where,
it's like,
they
it's like
just- they just-
religion. You know, they're just like, no, it's faith. And I'm just like, but I don't have faith. I have reality.
He has faith plus one.
as one of the biggest Batman nerds, though, I will have to say you have to keep in mind that the Joker
Yeah.
is said to have like 23 or some shit different personas. I can't quote the
Literally.
number, but yeah,
That
like
is very true.
so like
especially
you
like
gotta keep
after
in
they
mind-
made that little origin that they see. The thing is, like, I
Exactly.
personally feel DC should just be like kicking ass in the animated game right now when it comes to these
The
series.
animated movies.
Yeah, because they
Those
do
are
so
better than
well.
fucking anything else.
They do so
Holy
well.
shit.
Like, I wonder, like, do they do well enough in those? That's why they don't care about the budget for the movies. Does that make, like, I don't know if that equals out for them or not.
I think they're just trying to catch up with.
But not for
Marvel.
nothing, animation's
Well, that's
cheaper.
what I feel like. They're just running towards it.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. They need to
Animation
stop
may not
running
always
and
be
just
cheaper, though. It
It
depends.
depends.
Dude,
That's
it really depends.
CG animation can be cheaper because last nerdy point, then we'll move on to the next topic. But CG animation is cheaper because you basically make a 3D model, and then you texture it, and then you add what's called bones or armature, which allows and you rig it so then it actually is allowed to move, and you can reuse that asset over and over again and just animate the rig. Whereas in 2D animation, you have to draw, frame, by frame by frame.
And you think about it, a lot of DC is 2D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying like it could really.
Yeah,
it could
but
really
at the
vary.
same time though, it's like you can get it done to like a set type schedule.
That's true.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
The thing is, like,
you
but that's
don't-
what I'm
it's-
saying.
you don't
Shouldn't
have
they
to
be
worry
investing
about,
more
like
towards
whether
that? Then?
you don't have to
You know
worry
what I
about
mean?
fucking like people getting hurt, like shit like that, like
Well, I think that's what Sony's kind of. I think that's what Sony's got to end
like
up
actually
doing.
the problems with when you deal with actors.
I think that's
No,
what,
you don't want to say it like that though, because there are like there are actors that are in these movies that do well, but
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
No, liabilities.
I'm saying liabilities,
Yeah,
and
okay.
also like weather cancellations, renting
Yeah.
this, doing that.
The
You gotta
costume
feed, and
broke.
you gotta feed people. You know,
Yeah,
like you
that's
don't have
true.
to feed a cartoon character.
well, you got to feed the animators.
You gotta feed. Well, you gotta feed
Yeah,
it
but you
like
think about
lead
it, if you think
or
about it, in-
ink.
in
Unless
or,
this
you're-
industry,
unless you're Seth
animators do they
Rogen.
really get paid that much? Though?
yeah.
Unless you're Seth Rogen, then you don't pay him. I love Seth Rogen, but the fact that the people
Make that gun noise again, please.
don't know, it's fine. I embarrass myself enough on this podcast. I love Seth Rogen movies, but I hate when I heard that Sausage Party. There was
I
animators
actually
not-
really like Sausage
Literally,
Party.
they got nothing.
They got paid shit, and they had a bunch of animators that weren't credited. So as for that,
Wow.
I don't support that movie for that reason.
I
I
didn't know
think
that.
Seth Rogen's really good and his movies are great and he's a great like writer, director, and
No, yeah.
comedian. But Sausage Party was his downfall.
I actually
That
like
movie
Sausage
killed
Party.
him. That movie sucked.
You know
What?
what? I
Then
think
you
it
didn't
was
understand
more.
it.
It was more
It was
meant towards
deep.
the older crowd.
Like I understand the
fact of
message
the-
and all of the stuff
Oh yeah,
that
of
it
course.
meant.
Towards the mic.
If you didn't understand
But
the
it-
message, there's
but-
I don't know.
like Seth Rogen's main audience, like they all hated it and no one understood it.
I understood. I just didn't really like it that much.
I enjoyed
I
it.
feel like everyone understood it. It was just like the movie itself was just very.
I felt
It was
like the
too
trailer was.
straightforward. Like you knew exactly how everything was gonna
yeah,
go.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I felt like the trailer was better than the movie.
No,
The trailer was better than.
I
So
feel like
the trailer was the movie.
Yeah, I feel like the concept of.
Facts.
I feel like like flipping the Toy Story concept, except it's
Yeah.
food but like they get eaten. I think that would have been a much better animated short for like do it kind of like Pixar style, like before Neighbors 2. Just put like an animated short. Hey,
Yeah.
Sausage Party.
That would have made sense.
And that would give his. Well, I'm not gonna give away of what I'm doing with mine. I was gonna say that's gonna give his production company something unique, but we're gonna start doing that. Don't worry.
Edit.
I'm saying no. I'm gonna say here. Whenever I release a feature, there's gonna be a short film before each feature.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And the thing is, like,
So yourself
I
apart.
feel like with Seth, it would have just been, even though it would have been a short, it would have been a short to what though?
It's funny you say that because me and Buddha were talking about that a while ago.
Well, because you all know what my first movie idea is. There's gonna be a short kind of
Rambo
connected to it.
37. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Rainbow 37, and then there's gonna be a short film where they're gonna do Rocky 46 in it. So obviously I'm obviously gonna put the Rocky 46 short film at the beginning.
I am watching this right now.
Sharknado 84.
Yeah. See,
No,
these
no
two,
one likes Sharknado.
these
No
two
one likes
actually
Sharknado.
know, and you might understand what I'm talking about. You don't understand what I'm talking about at all.
I'm sorry, I was zoned out.
That's
What?
fine. All right, so let's move on to.
I'm so tired.
That's fine. Let's move on to the next
Heard that.
nerdy topic.
Nerd a lot.
As a gamer, I was very upset this week. One of my favorite game developers is essentially going out of business, Telltale Games, midway through finishing their one. So this is also weird because they released games in like chapters. So midway through finishing The Walking Dead, their final Walking Dead season, they're quitting. So they're going out of business and they're finishing their Minecraft because contractually they have to finish that, I guess, with whatever money they have left. I'm assuming Netflix already gave them the money for it, so they have to finish it.
Well, I
And-
don't know. Netflix is technically still in debt.
Well, yeah, but now I think Netflix already fronted them the money, so they contractually whatever money they have left right now.
There has to be a recoup.
They're just putting it towards the Minecraft thing, so they don't get sued, right? But they did just put out a tweet. They're like, "Hey, due to all the backlash, we hit up some of our partners, and they're gonna try to help us finish the Walking Dead season. So, hopefully,
How far do you think they are in it right now?
well, they're about to release the second episode tomorrow. So they usually have 5 episodes per season.
Okay.
They said this one's 4, so I'm assuming the writing was already on the wall. But the worst part is they hired people a week before they shut down. They relocated to Seattle or wherever they are a week. So they were still hiring people a week
How
before.
big is this company?
It can't be that huge if they're doing something like that.
So they kind of exploded with the first season of Walking Dead. They had a couple games before that, but Walking Dead is what kind of made their style. They ended up making a Batman game like it, The Wolf Among Us, which is also, I'm very annoyed. They canceled The Wolf Among Us Season 2, which I've been waiting for. They're supposed to do a Stranger Things game. That's canceled now, obviously.
Jeez.
They did a Game of Thrones game after, but it all started Walking Dead. And after that, they kind of just did mass hirings, and they took on all these licenses. Like, they did a Borderlands game, a Game of Thrones game, and The Walking Dead Season 2, and Wolf Among Us all at one time as a small developer. So they hired mad people, and they're doing all these games. And at the same time, they're releasing in chapters, and they're not writing the whole story, making it, and then just dropping it month after month. They're making the skeleton, making the first episode, seeing what the analytics are for people's choices, because these are choice-based games, making this next episode, seeing what people's choices are, making the third episode. So there's like 2-month gaps in between, and then there's always delays, which fans get annoyed about. Which, to the point, like, fans like me, I didn't buy. I stopped buying at the beginning of the season. I waited till the entire season came out, so I didn't have to wait. Bought it, and I usually just wait for the disc version, so I'm waiting another 6 months for them to put it out in retail, and then I buy the disc version. So it's not a question. I don't question why they went out of business. Their entire business model kind of doesn't work anymore. It worked for Walking Dead when they were small, no one knew them. And I think they had the first season of Walking Dead just better planned, because they actually stuck to their deadlines, except for the last episode. I think the last episode was a month late. But then every game since then, from my understanding, they didn't make a deadline, ever.
Not even close to one, or
like they were always like a month off or something like that with getting episodes out, and never the first episode. Obviously, the first episode they always get out on time, but the subsequent episodes they rarely got those out on time, to the point where they stopped advertising it. They used to advertise it at the end of the episode that they released, like, hey, this is coming then, but they just never made it, so they stopped advertising. They're just like, hey, it's coming whenever. Whenever the episode gets done, it's just whenever it gets done.
It sounds like that dude from YouTube, that bro science guy, where at the end of every episode he's like, yeah, well, YouTube videos coming someday. It was just, oh god, that's not, like, that's only a good structure if you're trying to make jokes, but that kind of sucks though, like, because it sounds like the thought was there, and then they had the fans, you know what I mean? So like it.
Well, what's even worse, 250 people are now out of work.
In one shot.
Yep. And also there was another game studio that went out of business with 50 people. So there's now 300 people in the games industry out of work, looking for work right now.
Jesus.
Damn.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's not like the industry is, well, I don't want to say the industry's saturated, but it's saturated with enough employees, but not enough businesses where people are able to thrive on it.
Me and my coworker made jokes. There's going to be a lot of indie side scrollers coming out. Just people trying to get their resume.
Indie games,
They're just going to make a bunch of indie side scrollers. There's going to be a lot of
indie
phone
game
apps galore.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of indie games coming out for
Oh boy.
That's our guess. That's me.
Well, it makes sense if you think about it, because if
game engines are free.
Well, not even just that, but like so many companies have been able to actually not just profit, but do well in that field, as long as you find a small niche of something. So if you're
don't overhire.
Yeah. Clearly.
Or
at least
that's the
hire
first
the
thing.
people that can do more than just one thing. Don't subcontract out every aspect.
Well, I don't
of
even.
the
I don't even
development
think
process.
they're doing it to that extent from how it sounds.
I think they just took on too many. When you're releasing games and you're kind of developing while you're releasing, you can't have 5-6 games all, and they usually have a lot of the same voice acting. Well, the voice acting is different, but I'm assuming a lot of the same staff is overlapping.
Yeah.
For that, so there's a lot of developers that actually work for the company tweeting out very upset because they're not getting severance.
Wow.
They probably wouldn't even be able to get it with the contract that you said with Netflix.
Yeah, which I understand, because if they have no money, there's nothing. I just blame them when they're hiring people a week before.
Like you're telling these people, hey, we got a job open for you.
You know the bank account numbers.
And there's
you
some
people.
And
there's
not
some
for
people that
nothing,
can't
too.
even like. Some people move in order to get those type of
No,
jobs.
they were moving. That was the problem. There was people that relocated a week before this happened. They didn't give them any which I get they don't want to scare people, but at the same time,
No, that's
you
a
ca-
bullshit excuse.
Yeah, no, it is.
That's complete bull.
You could get them on NDA. You could be like, hey, you can't relocate because we're gonna go out of business next week, but we don't want to make a big deal. Sign this.
Yeah, or not even if you think about it, like there's certain jobs, like I've been at one job where they had people that came in as a temp service for the moment and just like notified them, like when you're coming in, just so you know, we're only gonna possibly open for like another 6 months. So we'll be able to hire you for this 6 month span.
Yeah.
But then after that, there's not much we'll be able to do. But there is a possibility we might be a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
as long as like it's put through up front, that's like you can't. I don't want to say you can't argue with it, because obviously like who you're gonna want a full-time job and something you can be secured with, but at least knowing up front gives you some type of clout on what you could try to do next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like you said, if these people are literally just moving to Seattle right then and there, and like you said, like a week ahead of time, now what are they gonna do?
Yeah, they're fine.
You're in Seattle doing what now?
holding their dick.
Seeing the Space Needle.
They're applying to Microsoft probably, or I don't know.
If they're in Seattle, they would do some dabs because
That I was gonna say that the only thing they're probably doing is like literally
It's
going to
illegal.
a bar. They're going to get high or going to get drunk, and now they got to figure their whole shit out again.
Yep.
Which don't get me wrong, like if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But they shouldn't even be put in that predicament, especially for that type of company.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
They
That's what makes it extreme.
They should.
you know what else is extreme? Monster. Please sponsor us. And hashtag monstership.
Monster ship.
Monster
all right.
ship.
We'll make that a hashtag. Got you. All right.
You've
Calm
been tagging them, right?
Chill heart attacks, all right?
I know I haven't been tagging them. I'll tag them now. I'll tag them now.
Yeah, you have to go back into every bio
Oh.
of your posts and tag them.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I do.
boy.
Don't
Just swamp them so they see it. and then
Hashtag
they'll get the
monster.
hint.
Everywhere. Oh, this is gonna get real.
Oh boy.
So some of
Oh.
you may have seen my 100 chicken nugget eating challenge.
Yes.
During this, I made a rant about how bullshit Burger King is. They used to have great chicken nuggets until about 06. Then they started making you sick. I don't know what it was. They taste the same. They started making you sick. I stopped
I'm
eating.
gonna go with probably chemicals. Pink sludge.
Makes
Chicken
sense.
paste.
That makes sense, but I cannot validate
Not so
it.
much the paste. Not so much the paste.
Listen, when you're paying $1.49
No,
for
this was
fucking
no. This was before this. This was before
That's
this.
before the 10
That,
for
no, we're gonna get
$1.49,
there.
bro.
We're gonna get there. Let me
Don't
get.
hate on that. That thing's a lifesaver.
No, let me.
I mean, I guarantee
No.
it is. It's fed probably a lot
No.
of families, but
We'll get there.
God,
We're not
Hold on,
there.
hold on,
that's some
hold on. I want to see where this
nasty-ass food.
goes.
We're not there yet. So by 06, I stopped eating them. All right. Then about 2012 came around. They revamped their menu. They're like, all right, we're done making shitty food. I was like, yeah, both them and Domino's around the same time. They're like, hey, you know how we made shitty food for years, and you guys for some reason ate that garbage? Well, for some reason you guys now stopped eating that garbage, so we're gonna stop serving it to you. So they made these nice
God.
chicken strips, and they were great. They were beautiful. And then they discontinued them. So Burger King has started to go downhill again. They discontinued them and they replaced them with chicken fries.
The amount of heartbreak is unreal
It's
right now.
the
I'm
same
hearing.
thing.
Yo,
They're
I know-
not the same thing. Chicken
Okay,
fries
look.
are
Chicken
not,
fries taste awesome. First
Yes.
Look,
All right,
Don't
chicken
get me
fries
wrong,
are
they
fire.
and chicken
they
strips,
are their own
same
thing.
thing, different shape.
I like chicken fries.
and chicken strips, same thing, different shape.
Chicken fries, I think, have a little
and
bit more,
chicken
like,
fries
crisping on
are
the
the
outside.
Same thing,
I don't know,
just
it
a
sounds
different
sketch to
shape.
me.
No, definitely,
All right, can I
definitely
explain?
not the same
let me
thing.
let me explain.
all that
Definitely
shit
not.
sounds
It
I
can't
need
sus.
to
be,
hear
I'm
his
sorry.
reasoning.
Let me explain. One, chicken fries are a form of chicken nugget. I will do that. But chicken nugget and chicken fries are what are essentially blended up chicken, and then they make these
paste, right.
they make their shape.
Chicken
Whereas
paste.
chicken strips or chicken fingers or chicken tenders are usually a strip of tenderloin or breast that is breaded. So that it's one full piece of chicken that's less crumpled up.
Just one more
My
time.
man's
for
starting
me.
to sound like Alton Brown and
Wait,
Burger
wait, wait.
King right
One
here.
more time,
Right.
one more time. You just gotta set the tenderloin.
Tenderloin. Tenderloin.
There we go. That, yeah.
I like his better.
All
All right. So then
You like to buy them both.
so they discontinued.
That's what happens when you go there, bro. You just gotta say it like that too. I need the chicken tenderloin.
Wait, they discontinued those chicken strips, which was heaven. They replaced with chicken fries, was like, all right. But then they make their chicken nuggets $1.50 for 10. I try them, they're hot garbage. To the point where, I swear to God, we went to a Burger
They're
King.
like sponge bricks.
I went to a Burger King with my friend
Spongy
once.
bricks.
He asked, he was like, yo, because I'm known as a chicken nugget guy, let's be real. And he was like, so, should I get those? I'm like, no. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, don't get them. And I had with my dead look in my eyes, I said, don't get them.
Oh God.
And then he's like, you're wilding. But he goes up and he asks the lady, and he's like, hey, my friend's acting weird about the chicken nuggets. Should I get them? She gives him the same look. She puts the microphone away from her mouth and she says, don't get them. Don't get those Burger King chicken nuggets. They know it's bad.
Chicken fries all day.
Chicken fries are all right, but the problem is they don't fill up a big boy like me. So
Oh, that's understandable.
I like my chicken strips, but then they brought back the chicken tenders, which I guess they're not technically chicken strips, but they look like chicken tenders. They look like the chicken strips from their advertisement. I went there. They only the serving sizes 2 and 4. Where's the fucking 6? I'm a grown ass man. I'm not a toddler here.
How much do they charge you for that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
they're
2
cheap.
and 4.
They're cheap as dicks, but that's besides the point.
I think it's
Fuck that shit, man.
Is it because
I'm
more
done with
people like
BK.
even numbers nowadays that they felt that would work?
I don't know, but then the worst
No,
part
you
is
go to
6 is an
Popeyes and
even
get a
number.
5-piece.
the worst part. They taste.
But to do 2 and 4, I'm saying.
The worst
Usually
part-
it's like they go like 3, 6, 10. You know what I mean?
No, I've seen them do 2, 4, 6,
Okay.
8, 10, like stuff like that. But they don't. All they do is 2 and 4. They don't have any. Besides
That's
the point,
weird.
They're terrible. So I think they did a new Coke thing. So when there's a conspiracy when Coke became New Coke and then went back to Classic Coke, what the one thing that changed
Is this
between
with or without the old school recipe?
I'm talking about the old school recipe when they went to New Coke and then they went back to Classic Coke, which was the old recipe, which was the old recipe except for corn syrup. There's a conspiracy that they wanted to switch sugar for corn syrup, but they didn't want the people to know, so they came up with New Coke, then brought back Classic Coke, so then it basically cleansed everyone's taste buds.
From a literal scientific term, though, like thought process.
They pull one over.
Is there really
over,
a difference
over
between high
everybody's
fructose
face.
corn syrup and sugar?
Yes,
There is. The Mexican Coke is still made with sugar, and you can taste the difference.
Okay.
But I think Burger King did it with the chicken strips. I think they took it away for a couple of years. Now they're bringing it back in less quality, and I don't like it. Sonic at least had the decency to do it right in front of our face. They said, "Hey, we're switching our chicken tender, our chicken strip recipe, and you know what? It's gonna be hot garbage. Accept it." And you know what? I didn't accept it, but I still
You
go
know
there for
that
popcorn
Sonic's
chicken.
actually getting bought.
Yeah, because it's probably hot garbage. Because
Look,
they
no,
make hot
Sonic
garbage.
is getting bought
The
by
company?
The
I
local-
just read something today by fuck.
I don't know this fuck company, but I need to meet them.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
I'm all about Five Guys. They cook the burgers in
They
front
don't
of you.
have chicken strips. I'm a chicken strip type
Fuck
of guy.
you, motherfucker.
Go to
Burgers
you
all
know,
day.
Popeyes or,
Popeyes is what's at though for chicken.
yeah, or like
I've
no,
never
don't
been
go
to
to KFC.
Popeyes.
That shit's
No.
No, yeah,
KFC 's
not KFC.
Yeah.
Popeyes all day.
No,
KFC is
speaking
disgusting.
of
Yo.
Sonic,
Nah,
they have a
man.
pickle
I
slushy.
can't be eating
That
chicken
is
like
the
that all the
most
time. I'm
bomb
sorry.
thing
Oh, I can
I've
definitely
ever
Wait,
eat
had,
chicken
chicken
hold
like
on.
that all the time, but
I
not.
just like
That's-
If I'm gonna make chicken, I'm gonna make my own chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
People,
So
this
I'd
this
rather,
woman
like-
just said there is a pickle slushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Sonic.
That sounds
It's
fire.
so good. It's
That
so
sound- I
good.
love
That sounds
She's
like
dumb
hot
hyped about
garbage.
this.
That's
no,
exactly
it's
what it
so
sounds like.
good. It's so good. I
Oh,
thought
I
it would
can't
be
take
disgusting.
I would
sour
totally
stuff.
get a pickle slushy with a bottle of Jameson and just do straight up like homemade
Dude.
picklebacks all day.
Like Matt's the chicken nugget guy, and I'm the pickle guy. Like I live, breathe, and sleep pickles.
Pause.
You're
so
a guy?
that. Why not? So
I'll do it today.
that shit was so good.
She's got a dick today. It's fine.
Big dick energy.
Big dick.
She's walking
Or
around.
you could have Monster Energy.
Tiny
Oh,
dick
God.
representation.
Oh, God.
Tina.
Don't-
Hey, lay
you
down.
can't go from dick energy to monster energy.
I'm with it.
Or
Monster
could
dick-
you?
Monster dick energy.
Oh, there we go. All right. All
right.
right.
Or Dick Monster
said
Energy.
it.
Wait, let me end this rap. Burger King, bring back the good chicken and also bring back the shaken fries. I miss those.
Ugh.
The what fries?
Ugh.
They
Matt, if you talk about those infernal,
No, I have to ask. I'm sorry.
disgusting things.
I have to ask at least what they are.
So they used to, back in like 2002. I'm like a fast food encyclopedia, just so you know. In 2002, they had these fries, and McDonald's, and I think in Canada, still does it to this day, which is why I think
Canada be doing so much shit that like be pissing me off because I
Canada's
want
the
to try
best.
it.
Yeah.
Yo, word.
Like I
military
want to
can now
take a
smoke.
trip to go to Canada just so I
Montreal's
could try
the
certain
best.
food.
I want to go.
Montreal,
I've been to Montreal, but no. So what they used to do
Fuck
is
Canada, actually, because they won't let me in right
Chill,
now.
chill. Don't say fuck Canada.
Yo,
Well,
they
Canada's
won't let
not
me
allowed
in
in.
right now. It's bullshit.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm sorry, bro.
Bastards.
Hey, I'm just
All
saying,
because
I
of
could go.
fucking,
Don't hate me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not mad at you guys.
That shit
wanna
was like
try
5
poutine.
years ago.
I'm sorry.
No, okay. The Canadian Border Patrol, when you're going into Ontario, rudest people you'll ever met. Like, Canadians are stereotypically, like, the nicest people you'll ever meet, but Border Patrol, my bad,
Border
sucks.
Control.
I was
mean,
addicted to a
yeah.
ghost in Canada.
Think about their jobs, though, man. Like, their job is literally to sit
Yeah.
out there and listen to stupid fucking Americans go,
I said that.
See, that's the whole problem. I
good
can imagine
day,
that.
eh? Because they're not even going to
I
get the
can
fucking right accent. They're
only
going to try and
imagine
mimic it.
how
It's going
many
to sound
people try
fucking
to do
terrible
that.
muddled, just like that. It's going to sound like half Australian
Is
and
this
half
why you're
fucking
not allowed in
Canadian, half
Canada?
fucking
I
Brit.
feel like you did this.
No, I
didn't know
I feel
there's
like you were going to the border.
I
You
just
went
dropped
up there, had a little conversation with someone with a Mountie, and he was just like, you know what? I don't like your ass.
No, it's because
So he was like, get the fuck out
no,
of
it's
the
'cause I
car.
have drinking and driving charges on my record.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
nah,
now
they're
just
mad strict with
peeped
the
in.
rules and
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
They were like, this motherfucker just looks
I'll
us.
No, but
yeah, if you ever catch a drinking and driving charge, they won't allow you into Canada for up to between 5 and 10 years.
Okay.
it's wild.
I feel like, at least that's something you could change, though. So wait, if they got a time limit, why do like
And the
rappers
only
and
reason
stuff
why
like that always
I
argue
can only
about
go into
they can't go to
Canada if I have like a business.
If there's like a
thing
time
or
limit for
whatever
it, I
type
feel like
deal.
a lot of
But I
these
can't
guys
drive.
should have been to Canada
Absolutely.
already.
Even if I have my license, I could not drive.
Word. But yeah, no, Burger King, their shaker fries. Just want to say,
Yo, I'm all down.
fuck do we
Honestly, I love the Dollar Rodeo burger at Burger King.
Well, no,
Yo, that
I'll
was-
eat them
let me just-
forever.
Let me just explain these shaker
Because the onion
fries.
rings, even though they're like shitty onion rings, are still
What?
fire onion
What?
rings.
You can't hate on
no,
Burger
in
King
terms
onion
of
rings.
actual onion
Let alone
rings.
the fact
They're the
that
best
they're the
onion
only
rings. They don't
place you
have
can
any
get
onion
onion
in it.
rings.
That's not onion rings.
It's
then.
just fried bread.
It's like onion bread. They're onion bread rings. Let's be real.
It's fine.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it's still White Castle
But it's still
beats 'em up.
fire because that zesty sauce though is legit.
Yes, zesty
Yeah.
sauce.
What's it? No. So the shaker fries. Let's get back. So
They're nasty.
They have-
we don't need to get back to
No,
that.
no, I need to hear this. I need to hear this. I'm sorry.
They gave you a bag and they like taped this powdered cheese to the bag.
Okay, I'm done.
You basically put,
Thank you. Thank you.
You said powdered cheese?
you put your
Powder-
fries
like-
in there. You put the powdered cheese. You shake it up, and then you're all ready to go. And then you start.
So
eating that.
basically, you make your own cheddar Cajun fries.
Yeah.
Like, when we go to Five Guys and get real food.
Yes.
Just bring me back to 2000 Burger King when they used to give out Backstreet Boys VHSs and the Happy Meals. Those were good
Oh
days.
my gosh.
I still have that Backstreet Boys VHS.
You better go find them and get it signed.
I.
Oh my God, someone
Who am
would,
I
someone
gonna get
would
signed
love
by
you for that.
the king of Burger King?
No, I'm talking about like
Backstreet
from
Boys?
yeah.
Remember
bro.
those? Remember the
I
mini clip
guarantee
things?
if you were
The
to
little-
like meet them, get them to sign it, throw that bitch on eBay. Oh, you're good. I've seen some
Right.
People
weird
care about
stuff
the
still on
Backstreet-
eBay.
People
Yeah.
care about the Backstreet
Are
Boys.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
I feel like people,
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like they're making the newest stuff out and everything else, but it's just like any other musician. If their music is good enough and they consistently keep themselves within some form of light, you could tour forever.
No, I get that, but I feel like G Unit's bigger than
No,
than
Definitely
Backstreet
not.
Boy, right?
definitely not. No, never underestimate the power of a 12-year-old girl. There's so many of them, and they will destroy anyone. Like, imagine the Beehive before they became adults. It is
Fact.
scary.
I don't want any issue with Beehive. I love Beyonce. We don't want that smoke.
They do work.
The Barbs,
That's-
though, we
that's
want that
what I'm
smoke.
saying.
Blah.
The who?
The Barbs.
The Barbs?
Nicki Minaj fans, they hate us. They hate me. That's fine.
Why do they hate you? Because
I-
you
'cause I-
speak about
'cause I
reality
speak-
for her?
Because I speak
Beef
the
and
truth.
board.
Because I speak the truth about her, and
Organ
they
beef.
don't like truth.
Uh,
Yeah, they don't like me.
I feel like that does happen a lot with those type of fans though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like argue with them or anything, but if they want to get mad at me, it is what it is.
Wait till
But-
they know I have friends at Atlantic Records, and they're gonna say I'm a shill for Cardi.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
I forget.
Because all the
They're
Nicki
gonna be running around saying Interscope all day and never even been signed.
Yeah, all Nicki fans, everyone's on payola with Atlantic. Everyone's, it's fine, YOLO. All right,
I have to ask this then, just because you said that the people are arguing with Nicki. What do you feel about that Fifi song? Because I also saw the interview that
I
that
think
6ix9ine did.
I think she bodied that song. I literally think she.
Okay,
Draco
but the
got,
song as a whole.
I think she makes that song. Draco got that kickback when it kicked back. You can't get your shit back. That shit was hard. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was when she said that. That shit was so fucking hard. I stopped. I'm just like, ooh, all right, Nicki.
So at least he knows what he's talking about, though.
I got
So they can't hate on you that much
no
because you still listen.
Yeah, no,
You
but
know what
they
I
just
mean?
don't like, they just don't like hearing anything negative about Nicki. That's
No,
fine.
no, because
But
he's
you
just
gotta
no.
have
The reason why
negative.
because he's so up. He's so on Cardi's dick is not even funny.
Oh,
I saw
damn.
this. I sent this shit to him the other day on Instagram.
You running around talking
Again,
about money
hold
moves all
on,
day?
hold on. Again, Instagram was on
future
fire
wife.
the other day,
She's your
and I was
future wife.
watching a
You're
lot of
robbing her
shit.
from Offset and
Yeah,
all that.
watch what you say. Watch what you say, Offset. Get the strap.
Oh snap!
I
This
should
is-
watch out. He just literally just beat someone's ass for saying saying some wild shit like that.
Yo, if Offset
I highly doubt
came
he's
to your
gonna
house
go
and
after
beat
you
your
with
ass,
all
bro,
video.
just
I feel
make
like
sure
the
you get
guy
on
who
video.
started with him was probably trying to run in DMs.
Oh yeah, no, he was. I'm not
Yeah,
DMing
I don't
Cardi.
think you're that crazy.
No, I'm just pretending on a podcast. Pretending. Cardi, hit me up. What?
Cardi and Offset are my OTP. Don't even.
I
Pretend.
could not stand Cardi's voice and them fucking glasses she was wearing, and that when she was in Milan or whatever.
Why you gotta say
I don't-
Milan like that?
Because did you not see her with her fucking retarded like?
But like,
poofy-
don't hate on the people from Milan. Like that's why I'm saying it. That's all.
No, I'm not
They-
talking
it's
about the
not
people
their
from
fault.
Milan. I'm talking
It's not
about
their
how
fault. All
her,
these
how
people
she.
keep going to these damn
If
countries
you saw
like
the
that.
video, no, I'm not blaming them. If you saw the video of what of like how
The
she
outfit
was,
itself?
no, not just not the outfit, but how she just was.
Her
It was.
persona.
She's a
She was being herself. I'm
she's
guessing.
a ghetto fabulous angel.
So she
Yo,
was
I
being
know,
herself.
From the streets of Bronx.
Yo, I know plenty of people.
y'all don't understand
I know
how
plenty
it
of
is.
people from the BX, plenty of people from
Yo, I love
Long
how you
Queens,
said that,
all
son.
over the
I
the
swear.
place.
He said, "Yo, oh,
That
this
shit
is
was
awesome.
too extra.
That shit
was too extra.
How is
Yeah,
it too
she
extra
used
though?
to irritate
Because
me,
I'm
but
not
now I
gonna
kinda
lie,
like
like
her.
like I've been to the Bronx. I've seen people from the Bronx. She looks like just a regular homegirl that lives in the Bronx. I don't feel like she's being like OD extra. I feel like that's just one of her, like
That's just people
one
from
of
the
someone's
Bronx.
personas. Well, the Bronx is crazy. I've
Yeah.
been in the Bronx where I've literally seen 5 guys come out of an alleyway, pick up a hatchback, and leave. I'm good. I am not fighting with people like that. I don't need to. I like to have shit. I'm chilling with y'all. Y'all people are cool. That's it. I'm not getting into arguments with y'all. The hell with that.
Facts.
But like with the way she acts, like that's just how some people are. And that's not even just a Bronx thing. That's like I think a New York thing.
Yeah.
Where like a lot of people that live in the city itself, like just because of how shit was done with them and whatever their situation may be, that's just how they feel. So I don't think it's going too far. Maybe because of the event they were at, maybe some people feel it should have been toned down some. But I don't think it was horrible. Probably it can't be that bad.
No. She was just in the car. She was just being ghetto ratchet on Instagram.
I mean, come on.
He-
Who doesn't do that nowadays on
He's
Instagram?
just annoyed by her voice, but you know it's fine. I don't want.
So it's like a Fran Dresser type thing where you just hear it and it's just
yeah,
like,
he just doesn't like the voice. He
That's
doesn't like her at
that
all.
makes sense.
But it's fine. She doesn't need to be screaming your name. I want her
It's
to
just
scream
her
my name.
thing.
Get him. Y'all see these little jabs, son. I see these little jabs. You need to be careful now.
I know. Offset's gonna get me. I swear. It's fine. Oh, so can we talk about how I am like Nostradamus and I predicted how Roseanne's gonna die in the Connors because she admitted it this past week.
Sure.
So the podcast where she got canceled, I said she's gonna, based on what they did with the comeback season, they're gonna have her overdose on pills. This past week on an interview, she's just like nonchalantly said, "Yeah, they're gonna kill me off. They're just gonna have me overdose on pills."
That's so wrong.
I've called everything. There's the episode where I was like, "Hey, who at Shady was responsible for the CeeLo Green record?" Literally the next day, Eminem came out in an interview. He's like, "Yo, everyone's hating on that CeeLo record. I thought it was fire."
What's CeeLo record?
For Slaughterhouse. Like I literally made a video where I'm like, "Yo,
Why?
whose fault was
Who hates
this?"
on Slaughterhouse? If you hate on Slaughterhouse, fuck you.
No, I don't hate on Slaughterhouse. I hated on the Slaughterhouse album under Shady because I feel like Shady ruined that album.
Damn, you love Joe Buttons.
I don't
Nah.
love Joe Budden. I disagree with
You
that
respect.
one.
You
I
respect Joe Buttons.
I respect him highly.
All right,
But I agree. I also, I do agree.
Good.
I do
Knows
agree
you
with that.
well.
I do agree with that point though about the Shady record. There was some stuff though I think he was being petty about. Like I don't.
Yeah, Joe Buttons admitted that he's a petty motherfucker, so that makes sense.
But also at the same time, like I just tweeted out a video from the Shady 15 site for this past week, which is also why I've allowed him to be petty with Shady. The freestyle was literally saying, "Hey, my uncle just passed away. I got another uncle with cancer. None of you all. The only thing you all are hitting me up on the phone about is, hey, when's this verse coming? And no one's asking me, hey, how am I feeling? How am I dealing with all this real shit? And then on top of it, you guys are telling me to shoot my freestyle on top of the George Washington Bridge.
Just like that.
Yeah, he literally
Like I'm Will Smith going to Istanbul.
Like bar for bar, like that's pretty much what he said. He said you guys are putting a
my bad.
you guys decided to shoot a suicidal rapper right here over the bridge.
That sounds fucking ingenious, doesn't
That was
it?
that was the near. So that's why I give him some slack because like.
Oh no, I
right-
shouldn't
the-
say you shouldn't give slack, not at all.
Well, no,
I
not
just say
slack.
you're
I mean,
you're a Joe Budden fan.
you know.
And I like seeing people who are or not because like
I understand his anger. I mean, because
yeah.
I've seen it on the wall for years. Because I heard that and I actually heard it. People heard it and was just like, oh, he's just trying to get like, not like he was trying to get trendy, but it was just like, oh, it's just some cool Joe Budden bars because he's known as the moody rapper. But it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
that's some real shit. Like he's saying he's going through stuff. No one from Slaughterhouse is listening to him, and all they want is this freestyle verse for this video. And then he's saying in the video, well, you all got it, and then you guys decided to shoot me right next to a bridge.
Thanks.
Like this, it really shows me how you feel.
So I have to ask,
Yeah.
Royce or M?
Who's a better rapper?
Yeah. Overall. Like in a full aspect, not just in like lyricism or not just in like storylines or punchlines. Which do you think would be better?
Still. If I had to, it's hard though because I feel like consistency wise, I don't feel like Royce has had the dip in quality like M has. Like with Relapse, there was the dip in quality, and then with Revival, there's the dip. I feel like Royce has always been either consistently the same or going up. Even if it's not that much up, because when you're near the top, there's not much higher you can go.
Well,
But
I don't think any of them has really reached the top.
I think.
And the only reason why I say that is because the top has never actually stopped yet. For
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
For hip hop itself.
But like their peak, like when once you're one of the best and you meet like your peak, it's hard to like get past that glass ceiling or that like it's not even a glass ceiling. That's more like a cinder block ceiling that you're trying to get through.
Titanium like that hydrogen.
Your
Yeah.
peak.
But yeah, which actually leads into we should lead into MGK because MGK had a infamous interview on Breakfast Club, which another reason people are hating on Charlamagne because they said he went easy on.
Oh God.
Let's put into mind frame of who Charlamagne works for.
Not even that. Like you can't be mad at Charlamagne when one day he goes off on someone, but then when he tries to let off a little bit because everyone always says he's doing too much, you get mad about it too. That doesn't make sense.
No, I think people think he's trying to be anti M for the sake of being anti M. I think he's just trying to keep his relationship with Diddy.
Makes sense.
Breakfast Club is on Revolt.
Literally.
Every day. They're not gonna bring MGK on, who signed to Diddy, on Diddy's network and then say Diddy's artist is shit. Like it's just not gonna happen.
The only person that I think that works with Diddy that would have the balls to do it is Nori. Shout out Drink Champs.
I don't even think Nori would do it.
I think Nori would have the balls to do it if he had to.
He'd have the balls to ask Puff, but I think Puff would deny it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Puff denies everything.
Yeah.
Puff's a smart man,
Yeah.
so I can't blame that.
Facts. But this interview was interesting. He did a lot of backpedaling. Not backpedaling. He says there's a lot of inconsistencies in this interview. He pretty much says in a lot of ways he's been saying what I've been saying. He says
Chicken nuggets for life.
Yeah, exactly. No, he said he'll say like what he's been saying for the past month. He's like, I can't believe it took 6 years to respond. And then Angela Yee's like, well, the interview we did a year ago, you were taking shots at him too, and the diss records. He's like, well, yeah, but I deserve to go at him. So, but still, like, so he's going back and forth on what he's saying the entire time. Honestly, though, I'm not even gonna shit on him. I think he needs help. I think he needs therapy.
You think it's more like a mental issue at this point in time?
I think he needs therapy. Even near the end, like they kind of had like a mini intervention with him, and he's like, I don't have my father. My mom was never there. My aunt just died, and I'm using my 9-year-old daughter as a therapist right now. Like he needs.
You wildin', son.
You
should have never said that.
He needs help. And then in the beginning of the episode, not the episode, the interview, his hands are shaking Odie, and I just think he's just super passionate or mad at Eminem. Like he's super shaky, but then he just grabs a tequila bottle from under the table.
Just like magic?
Yeah, and like at 9 a.m, starts drinking it, and by the end of the 45-minute interview of him drinking, his hands are steady, like
Oh, he's full blown alcoholic.
he's got a drink.
He's
got
full blown
mad-
alcoholic.
How much of
now.
the bottle you think was gone?
Well, the bottle was near empty when he got there.
No, it's the fact that
No, I'm
the
just
shaking
curious.
stopped once he just had alcohol in general.
Yeah, as it went on, like the shaking.
When
so-
you have the shakes and stuff, you've been drinking like that. As soon as you get some alcohol in your system, doesn't have to be a lot. Only has to be just a little bit.
yeah.
They'll either slow down a lot or you'll be like dead.
So yeah, so I don't even want to shit on him. I just feel bad for him at this point. I feel like someone needs to get him help because he's even saying stuff like, I don't need Diddy's help for stuff like he called me. I just decided to ignore his call because I don't want him to tell me do something I'd regret. And then they're like, well, what would you regret? Doing this interview. It's like, what are you even saying? You're doing this interview on Diddy's network. Like, you're safe on Diddy. Like
Like you're talking shit, but like the shit is. It's like Bow Wow talking shit.
I think he was just drunk, honestly, throughout the interview. But I think he's a functioning alcoholic. Like, you just would but if you look at his hands, which I saw on my big TV when I watched the interview because I was eating chicken nuggets. I wanted my hands free, so I wanted the full Xbox experience. And that was just the first thing I noticed. Like, his hands kept shaking. I was like, I also have family members that have diabetes, so I was thinking like maybe he's got like a weird blood sugar thing. But as soon as I saw the bottle and he started drinking it, I was just like, no.
It all made sense.
Yeah.
And then near the end, he's just like, I'm using my daughter as like a therapist. Think of
See,
how much.
that
That's
part
so
is
messed
crazy.
up because
I
if
know.
you're laying all your issues, which he clearly has a lot, on your young kid, that's just gonna cause a bunch of problems for your young kid.
Like you're not
Yeah.
doing any justice to your child at that point.
Yeah, like that's
like,
not
I-
helping you, and that's not gonna help.
And your child
kid.
isn't
And
going
not
to
to sound
understand
like
your
a-
problems because
Yeah.
they haven't.
Yeah,
don't know
that's
them.
not helping you, and it's never gonna help you, and it's just gonna cause issues for your kid when they grow up.
And the
Word.
thing is
And,
that I
and
really
you're an
want to know.
alcoholic. That's just gonna damage your kid further. Like
If
you're
you're
really
put-
messed up.
You're putting it out there like that on this network show and everything else. If someone comes to you and actually tries to give you the help, are you gonna take it though? That's what I want to know.
That's all.
No.
Well,
That's
never
the key
gonna
thing.
take it.
Like there's nothing wrong if you're trying to put yourself out there to get help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But don't put yourself out there to get attention when there's people that will gladly try to get whatever help they can. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's the only thing I worry about. And for you to say that you're putting stuff on your daughter, who you said was how old again? 9?
I think she's 9. That's what he said. So about I don't.
Well, I hope he knows how old his daughter is. But
Well, I'm sure
like,
you know how some parents
regardless-
are like a year off or something. They're like,
Yeah.
what is it, 9, 10? Yeah.
something like that.
My dad always did
As
that.
long
My
as they
parents-
don't say like they're 3,700 months or some nonsense.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense in my head.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why you want to count that far. But it just doesn't make sense why you would put that type of pressures on a child, let alone the pressures you have to put on them if you're an artist. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like I don't know how much his child's mother is involved. I'm hoping she's involved in general.
I believe she's involved from what I
Yeah.
understand. I'm
So-
not the biggest MGK fan, but from what I understand.
So that's good at least. But like to express, like there's nothing wrong with expressing like how you feel with a kid, but don't lay yourself out.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
whole nother ball game. Because obviously, like kids aren't stupid. They're gonna feel if you feel some sort of way. So they're probably gonna ask if there's something wrong. But don't put everything out there at such a young age at this point. Just because like you gotta at least try to give them a chance to grow on their own. Like
Well,
if they end up getting something traumatizing that they did, there's nothing you could do about it. That already happens. But don't invite it into their lives if
Well,
you can avoid it.
He's saying that like she texted him after Kill Shot came out, and she was like, it's whack. Which obviously she's gonna say it's whack. 'Cause
Yo, that's
she-
kind of awesome that your daughter's sitting there like, yeah, son, that don't mean shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
no-
M.
you
Yo,
know,
that would be kind of crazy.
But
I would get a crazy ego boost.
no. I get all that too, but then at the same time, that means she's paying attention. She's now at the point where she's conscious of his music and all that stuff.
Very true.
In this interview, he's saying the only ghostwriter, because there was rumors that he had a ghostwriter for Rap Devil, which I didn't believe. They just read the publishing on their credits on the publishing wrong.
Oh,
and
that's
people,
cute.
And people thought he had a ghostwriter. But so he was like, the only ghostwriter I had was Adderall. And it's just like, I'm like,
Bro.
you don't.
Are you asking for help?
I think he is, and that's why I like we.
And if you are
Yeah,
asking
but-
for help, Diddy, your black ass better help him.
I
Why
think
he said
On your network, no less.
he said he said in the interview, Charlamagne said, "Hey, when's the last time you talked to Diddy?" And he's like, Diddy, I don't really talk. And then he's like, "Well, he tried calling me 2 days ago, but I didn't want to pick up."
Oh, see, so that's on you then, though.
it?
Exactly.
yeah, like I think all the stuff he said in the interview
called
and
the
him like
Diddy thing?
drinking
I said
like
he ain't
publicly
relevant.
on the interview was like him kind of
Oh,
like
MGK.
trying to like
He-
reach out for help.
I don't know how
but I think
relevant he
even
is,
if
like,
help like came to his door,
long-term
he's
wise.
not
I can't
gonna
say
I'm saying to the
accept
context of
it.
the situation.
Because that's
Oh,
what
true.
like addicts do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like they want help, but when it really comes to it, they're not gonna want to change because that's what like addicts, like no addict really wants to change. They want to keep doing what they're doing even if they're trying. Like, you know, it's like a teetering thing.
And I do believe he's possibly still in the delusional phase where he doesn't. Although it could be just marketing, because just the way he's marketing the way this battle is swung, obviously you're never gonna want to be like, hey, I lost. But some of the stuff he's saying is thoroughly delusional. Like he's trying to bring up album sales. He's like, I got 20 million records sold.
That's cute.
But he's also single record sales, not albums. Eminem has almost 100 million albums sold.
Like literally.
MGK has 20 million singles sold.
Like
So like
I feel like
so,
you shouldn't
but
be having that argument.
if he's still in that type of, if that's actually how if that's his actual thoughts and that's not just marketing marketing for the twist of marketing,
I was waiting for it.
then I don't know if he's ready for help. Well, even in the interview, like Charlamagne's also trying to sell a book right now, called Shook Ones: Anxiety's Playing Tricks on Me. So he's trying to promote.
Charlamagne's trying to sell a book.
Yeah, so he's promoting
Didn't
therapy.
he just put one out like a year or two ago?
Yeah, it was.
He's trying to get real big on his book
Yeah,
game,
he's getting
huh?
that book money now.
Uh-oh.
But
Getting that
this book
serious
is all
book
about his
money.
anxiety and dealing with therapy. So he asks him if he's considered therapy. He's like, well, I'm never taught that. You're never taught to actually get help. And he says he's got.
That is very true.
Which
There are
is
a
true.
lot of people that are not taught that they should seek help.
Yeah.
They're taught they're like to hold and compress their feelings inward. Like you have to just suck it up. It is what it is. Get through it. Blah blah blah. So that does happen in a lot of people's lives. Don't get me wrong.
But he said he'll consider it. But that's. I just, after the past couple weeks we've had a podcast, I think. The last thing, after just this interview, all I want to say is just he needs help. There's a lot of just.
Get
Stuff,
this boy some help.
There's just a lot of stuff that just doesn't make
real.
sense. And I don't know if it's just marketing at this point, trying to because if it's that, then it's like, it is what it is.
If it's marketing, that'd be very like that. That's what I don't like. Like that's the whole thing that pisses me off with Kanye right now.
I don't think the depression thing is marketing. I think like the twisting. Well, the thing is, I don't know if he's like, I can't believe I'm calling me a mumble rapper. What's he thinking? You turn on his EP. There's some mumble rapping songs with, like, you got to be honest. If he's just taking those shots just for the marking of it, then like whatever. He's just trying to save face in the public. But
Yeah.
if he like, it just depends on if he's honest with himself at the end of the day, and then.
And
hopefully
see,
he
I
gets
think
help.
that's like the biggest issue when you become an artist. It's like it's very difficult for them to be who you are at the end of the day. Like after a certain point, like you were saying before, where like once you reach a certain plateau and you get that concrete right in front of you and everything else, I feel like that's what like spawns these type of scenarios where like they're trying to break out of that wall, but they feel they're gonna have to completely come out of character to do so.
Yeah.
And that's where like the issues come from. What like you said before with the Barbs trying to attack you and stuff like that, where like people feel like she goes too far with certain things, like the whole Cardi B fighting nonsense and stuff like that. But what I don't understand with that is like Nicki Minaj acted that way beforehand. So I don't know what makes people think like she but couldn't act that way. You know what I mean? Whether or not the whole fight scenario and how it went, even though there's not much video to it.
Word.
Yeah. Well, it's very obvious where Atlantic lies on that. The CEO of Atlantic was seen with a T-shirt with Cardi's face on it from the fight. This
Word.
past weekend at an Atlantic party, he's
shit.
supporting Cardi through all that. He's holding her down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like she pays attention more than just the music right now.
Yep.
And I think that's why he's putting his bet on her at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like he's not gonna argue with whatever she wants to do at this juncture, because she's not only bringing like streaming sales, which I was trying to figure out more information for that new bill that they're trying to pass now for the streaming services and how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
I can't find anything on it. It's annoying. But
I heard the Joe Budden podcast talk about it. From what I hear, it's not perfect, but it's as best as it can be for all parties involved.
yeah.
But probably the people that are gonna get fucked the most are like the engineers in this new bill.
And I still feel that's still like, because they get fucked so much now.
Yeah,
Like
That
that's still
sucks.
crazy. And like there's so many I feel like there's so many engineers that never get real credit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Or
no.
not even just engineers, but just people in the background.
No, that exactly. That's why I think that's why that's one reason a lot. Well, Russ did a couple interviews recently, and that's last thing that
Yo,
last
you
thing
better-
that
Important.
See, that's who you need to chill on before he ends up getting his bodyguards on you, son.
you know. No, Russ did a couple interviews. He's like, I feel like a lot of people hate me just because like I bring my stats. I'm a I do all my stuff. Like I engineer it. So when I go platinum, I'm a platinum selling writer, rapper, producer, engineer, and I put that in my bio. And I feel like a lot of people hate that, but it's like I'm trying to bring promotion to people like the engineers because people like the engineers don't ever get
Any type of
yeah
recognition.
exactly.
Really.
Which I agree, but at the same time, there's also other reasons why people hate Russ.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I heard the bit. One of
Calm down.
Oh, sorry. You could bleep that if you want, but it's true.
No,
What happened?
I'll
What'd you say?
I'll defend you from Russ's guys, but damn, we don't need no smoke.
what happened? No, I
She
need you to
hated
repeat
on
that one.
She hated on Russ, so you know now I gotta get my boys on. Now I gotta get protection.
Well, I heard the only.
I mean, it's
reason
just a
Ru-
public opinion. I'm just,
Oh, yeah, of
putting it
course.
out there on
Well,
the table.
Well, you're good.
Dude,
You're
you
not no smoke
publicly
perp kid. That's
take
Laying
all.
that big dick down.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
smoke perp. Did you guys hear? Well, no, you guys. Russ apparently, his a couple of his people beat up Smoke Perp for talking shit about him, and then he also beat the shit out of some other rapper recently.
Yeah, for publicity, it's fine.
Yeah, it's all publicity at the end.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fine.
here's the that,
Oh,
that
Smoke
and that's
Perp-
what I was
Smoke Perp
getting at.
talked about
From
it.
what
Smoke
I
Perp
heard,
talked about his
the
sister.
biggest reason people argue about Russ is because his father is a marketing exec. Like that's the biggest thing that people I guess get mad about is because basically he took advantage of his father's skills and then influenced it into hip hop music itself. And that's why he's able to have all these accomplishments where he's the licensed engineer, the licensed writer, and everything else.
Yeah, but
So I feel like the
My-
slack that he gets, it could be just due to the fact that people really hating, unless there's something else that I don't know of.
because I don't think many people. I actually haven't heard that point, which is interesting. If that is a lot some people's reason for hating that, they gotta hate on Chance then, because Chance's dad
I'm saying,
that's the reason why Chance is
or
independent.
childish.
I don't know about Childish's situation, but I know for a fact Chance's dad is like one of the richest people in Chicago.
Yeah, Childish
Like-
Gambino came from a family that was actually able to help adopt other children.
There
You
you
know
go.
what I'm saying? They weren't like, and see, that's another thing that I never really understood. Like, I feel like culturally, like for some reason, people of color, like when they get in a good scenario, for some reason they get bashed on it,
Yeah.
like they're doing well, and they're not even really doing well if you think about it at the end of the day. Because anybody, even if you're white, black, or you're Asian, and you know what the real middle class is, the real middle class is bullshit, and you're still fucked. There's no way around it. But like, why are you gonna like hate on these type of people for having these type of opportunities? I guess you could say is the best thing. Like, obviously, we know that not everybody has these type of scenarios and these abilities to be able to go to certain places, but not everybody's even born in that type of scenario. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like the perspective always changes just because of the fact of what all the quote unquote credentials are supposed to be, and not what they just are. And I think that's another reason why people hate on Russ, because like, number one, I don't know how many people thought of this besides me at first. I didn't know he was Italian.
Oh,
I thought he was a Spanish cat. I'm not even gonna lie.
He looks like Jesus.
Yo, for real. But I think, honestly, I think if you had to like represent Jesus and all that kind of stuff, he's gonna be a light skinned brother. He's gonna be some like how like Egyptian people look like, where they're like olive tan and stuff like that, like a Sicilian. That's how Jesus will most likely look, especially
Yeah.
if you're going to Africa. They most likely may not look as dark as me, but he's gonna be a couple shades. Like there's no way around it. You know what I mean? So like I looked at Russ and I was like, all right, a Spanish dude, whatever, da da da. All right, he's making decent music. I like it. It's not bad. I started to listen to him around the same time I started listening to Black. So like getting both of those two perspectives, I personally think it melded well at the time. And everything else. And then I don't listen to Russ as much right now, just because it's unfortunately so repetitive, because of him always having to like stand out and shit and be like, yo, fuck you, all you haters, da 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 all the time. With Black, I like his progression because he's starting to do more of just like a general sophomore album with the East Atlanta one that came out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
It's just so crazy. I don't know why people get mad.
Did you just almost drop your monster?
Yeah, my back spazzed out.
You need to take another sip. That's what you need to do. Go ahead. One more time.
Let's get a shot of
They
Henny.
need that sip. They just
Yo, wait,
right.
what'd you say about Henny?
Get a shot of Henny.
Oh God.
We got 2 more topics. Let's blow through these real quick. We got Bill Cosby's doing 3 to 10.
fuck that.
Yo, I
He's
think he
gonna
should have
die
done
before
longer.
He can even get halfway through that.
Yep.
He is not gonna die before
He's
that.
gonna die in
Oh, he's
prison.
like 80 something.
I'm gonna
He's
call
81
it. He's
years
gonna
old.
get parole 4 years.
And he's not even gonna.
Nah, I say he's
That's
gonna
gonna
he's
be a
gonna
whole
lease
nother
to.
issue.
I say he's still
Because
gonna
right now
lease
they're
to
trying to
his
put him
five.
into not even like a federal prison. Which anybody who knows how the prison system works, a fed prison usually is like more of a softcore type shit.
Yeah.
They're trying to put him in max,
Yeah.
which is complete and utter bullshit. Number one,
Also, Suge's going away. Side note.
28 years for Suge.
Suge's going
Show
away.
got 28 years.
28 years.
Yep.
Whoa.
Before.
He ran someone over,
So
Yeah.
Oh
people,
shit.
and it's on CCTV.
Yeah, people keep
Damn.
messing up the story of how it happened. So there's a promo for Straight Up Compton.
Yep.
He decided he should pull up, as one does.
As a Suge Knight does.
As a
As a Suge
with his homie, and then this dude approached the car, and his homie got out of the passenger seat, walked around, and then all from the security camera point of view, all you see is Suge's car back up and run one of them over, back up and run. Run both of them over, back up and run another one of them over again. He killed his friend trying to run over the other guy, and his excuse this entire time has been the
I
guy.
got glaucoma.
No, his excuse was the guy said he had a gun, so he just ran him over.
Like you got that
and-
spooked.
and, like-
Suge Knight got that spooked.
That's been his excuse, and they've been trying to get him on just like straight murder, which.
Oh yeah,
what-
that's true.
Which was
They've been trying to get Suge Knight though since like '97.
yeah
Yeah.
for a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, he killed Tupac.
I don't think so. I'm not getting that. Nah, I don't believe that
He
one.
killed Biggie for sure.
I don't believe that one either.
No, that one's true.
No, that's bullshit.
There's plenty of officers that said
I don't trust fucking New York officers like that. Fuck out of here.
LAPD
or
even worse.
LAPD.
LAPD even worse.
Fuck out of yo. Those are those two right there. They have so many crooked people in their system that majority of the good guys that are in there get fucked, and they get fucked bad because it's such a high urban rate. Because you have so many assholes that feel they need to prove themselves, so they go to those specific type of areas to try and enforce things. It just it's fucked up. Like obviously not all cops are bad. That's impossible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like it makes it 6 times as hard for them to do their job. When you got like these dudes running around trying to talk about, we know who killed Tupac. Yo, we know who killed Biggie. It was this guy from the 38th precinct that did blah 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 blah. Blah. He hung out with Suge Knight back one time. He smoked weed and everything else. Like, get the fuck out of here. Majority of the time, you probably were sitting there in the background. You got hired as a bodyguard because you're allowed to get a license. And a lot of these places, you can't get a license unless you're a cop or a bounty hunter. So you can't even try to put your people on to get these licenses in these types of areas. You have to literally go hire someone, and you were just chilling. You were just there. You weren't anything big. You were just hired. Go get your check and go home. I don't want to hear that.
I think Suge did it.
Nah.
That's my view. But so Cosby is Ripple. So
Should have got more.
it's
I feel like the
But
standards
saying
are
the
like
max is a bit
they're not
much.
setting a good standard, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because you're forcing this law on this one person. How many other people have these types of things going on right now with the exact types of charges that have nothing close to this? Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, people need to realize that this case has been going on for about 4 years.
But the thing is, so
You know what I mean? So it's not something like new, if you understand what I'm saying.
well, this was an open up of a previous
sexual
case.
misconduct cases are some of the most mishandled cases in all of policing. For the sheer fact that it's
Excuse me.
it's not like there's a lot of physical evidence left over from a lot of certain things and all of that.
Exactly.
Like, yes, there is at times. There is, in
Well, yeah,
different
because that's why you have
circumstances and
cold
shit,
cases and stuff
blah,
like
blah,
that.
But like, it's not like oh, there was a murder. Now we have something we can look back upon and collect evidence. Like, really,
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless
See, he has some bullshit going on. It's making me sneeze.
Mm.
Fuck you, Cosby.
Is that
Asshole.
was that a Hancock joke?
Oh God,
Maybe.
All right.
that's
Alright.
funny.
Last topic. Back to the porn, as we usually are. So the great.
Beef and porn.
So, as people know, there's
Porn and beef.
There's Jake and Paul and Logan Paul. YouTube.
Someone's already disgruntled.
YouTube Satan's child.
Chill.
facts.
Don't be hating on YouTube.
No.
No, you're talking about Logan Paul.
Yeah, no, Logan Paul. But so their dad, all of them got hacked, and their dad, he had a sex tape leak, and dear God, I feel so bad for this woman. Oh my! So it starts out.
I don't even feel bad for her that the video got leaked. I feel bad for her because she had
exactly.
because she had sex
No, this
with
was
Greg Paul.
Let me go into
Oh my God,
let me go in depth of what happened, because this is the worst awkward sex I've ever seen in my life.
How do you have? Oh God. Go ahead.
I swear, I've been watching porn since I'm 10 years old. I'm 22. In 12 years of porn, this is the most awkward sex I've ever seen in my life. So it starts with him just, which by the way, last week I was talking about tiny dick representation. Good that finally we got tiny dick representation. He's not like, you know.
I don't think that's the right type of person
so
that you want to
confused.
have.
So what? He's
representing
got a big dick. Is that what
No,
you're saying?
no. My last week Batman had a big dick, and my thing was, I'm tired of seeing big dicks everywhere. Like, why is it always gotta be a big dick? Why can't it be a tiny dick?
Oh, okay.
He's not tiny.
So he's
but
finally happy that getting tiny dick
So
representation.
he's probably not even tiny. He's probably average, and he just wants to say tiny.
I'm
No,
not
no,
talking
yeah,
about
he's-
Matt's
Or does he
penis.
look like a smaller type person?
He looks like he's getting the job done. He's not tiny. He's just average.
So he's like a 5-incher.
I'm just glad it's not
Well,
like.
no, if the way he's saying, it's
I'm
almost like a
just
4 and
glad
a half.
I'm just glad it's not a forearm plopping out on there.
Oh,
That's
like
all-
you would have been really mad, like yo, I can't believe this guy got hacked. Let me see what this porn looks like. And he's
Yeah, exactly. That.
and it's just like, come here. This
Well,
is the Paul family.
Then I understand why. Then I understand why she's keeping it. But no,
Oh, wait. Maybe that's why the Paul brothers are such, like,
dicks,
yeah, because they have, like,
tiny dick envy.
yeah,
Oh,
they have
shit.
to put so
Yeah,
much
penis
out there
envy.
to make up for the
I don't know-
fact
I
that
don't know
they
what that
have
is.
nothing,
Me
going
neither.
on.
I'm so confused.
So wait, let me get back to what happened in the porn, because
Sure,
this is
go
interesting.
for it.
So it starts off, he's just rubbing his dick on her clit, and then eventually she just like squirts all over it, which
Damn.
So I'm but it's obvious.
I feel like they have a good routine though.
No, it's obvious that he just got done. Like, you know, they got done.
Oh, he already climaxed himself.
No, not climax, but he did. You know, a little bit of. They were in the middle of the act. Like, he was pulling out for a second. You know,
Oh yeah.
he was right, and then she started squirting. And all of his ad libs are fucking weird as shit.
Yeezys.
It's just like he's like, oh yeah, you like that. And then after that, he tries fingering her, and then he just
Pause. You said try.
no. I tried because it looks, because eventually she said stop, and she's just like, all right, no, please, let's.
Oh damn.
So she instead, you know how you don't just like.
How do you get
start-
his kids?
I don't know. You don't just start like shoving fingers in automatically. You
So he's sitting there with the hey, how you doing hands going like this the whole time.
he literally just takes his his middle and ring finger, and if this is for audio listeners, watch the YouTube clip. Watch the YouTube version of the podcast so you can be informed. This is the vagina. It's a little bit bigger than it probably is, but then he's just like slamming it in and then just like rotating in and out, going like sideways, back and forth.
And see, like I wouldn't argue with it because there are women that
He's like trying
that
to
are
get her
probably
an Indian
into that.
bird.
Word.
Yeah, no, but he's-
what
yeah.
the fuck?
And there's
But
no
like the
like.
fact that you told me she said stop is just like, oh.
Well, no, because eventually he's just.
She's about to cry.
Cringing into
She's in
my-
pain for
Like-
this girl.
Like that's what I'm
Word.
saying. Like that makes those unless you're into that, because some people are obviously there are certain select few that are probably into something that extreme. You know what I mean? But that's probably like a hardcore type scenario for someone. So I'm so confused on why like that's your first. That's his to go move.
After
is-
making her squirt, he's just like, yeah, let me just
You know,
shove
with
these
fingering,
fingers
do
like,
the machine gun.
Yeah, with
Like,
finger,
I don't.
and just like twist it around as much as I can. I'm just like,
I'm so
oof.
confused.
I'm
with
like, what?
fingering like that, he definitely voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
But then midway through, she's trying to keep it high, and then she's just like, just no, you don't, no fingers. And then
That is crazy.
Seemed like he was trying to dig around to fucking slip a fist in there.
It
Put
was
a foot in edgewise or
it
something.
was the worst and I'm not trying. People, if,
Well, you
Shout
can
out
never
to
get
Pornhub.
laid ever
people
again.
have watched this podcast
He's
before.
fucked.
People have watched this podcast before. I've never been toting myself as the best in anything sexual related. I've never fingered any girl this bad.
How much you want to bet you give this guy some chicken nuggets? He goes crazy though.
Oh, facts.
Oh, that's
No,
facts.
No, that's facts. But no, like for real, like that was the worst fingering I've ever seen in my life. And then he tries eating it, and
Tries eating what? His own finger?
no, the box. And
Like he already like
and
destroyed his hand.
and it's like it's one of the worst. Like honestly, porn eating box. A lot of the straight dudes, they're just like they're pussyfooting around. They're just like sticking the tip out of their tongue and they're just like playing with it.
Nah, I feel like there's a lot of guys that do that in real life. That's why a lot of women get mad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, thanks.
So he was slightly better than that, but he was just like it was like he was curving his tongue in and just like trying to scoop it, but it's obviously nothing to scoop. It was awkward, and then eventually.
This sounds like a
and
funny
then-
porn though,
and
I'm
then
not gonna lie.
eventually near the end,
It's like the do what not to
Exactly.
do or something. I said that incorrect. It's
what not to
all
do
hell.
during sex.
Yeah.
And then near the end, near the end of him trying to eat her out, she's just like, just stick it in me again. And, like you
Oh
tell
my
whoever
God.
she is, she's just sleeping with him for the sake of this is Jake Paul or Logan Paul's dad.
See, that
And-
makes it even worse though.
So she's just so then he's
Like,
like
so you might have gotten
How
excited.
old is this guy, by the way?
he's in his 50s and he's like
Is he fit for his 50s?
No,
Like,
he's-
did she get
he's-
did she get G thinking like, all right, this guy's somewhat in shape still, so all right, he should at least be able to know what he's doing.
He's not chubby, but he doesn't know what he's doing, obviously.
No, I just meant like physically. Like he's not like me where he's very rotund. If you understand what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I mean, I would
Hey,
say
still shape, still
I
shape.
would say he's like he's all right. He's not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in other words, it's not the generic dad bod like you see now.
Yeah.
But a simple person, nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, nothing crazy. So, but
So she might have got convinced, thinking like, all right, he at least knows what to do. You know what I'm saying?
But but he was just weird because as soon as she said, "All right, just stick it in again," he's like, "Oh yeah, you want to come again, don't you?"
Oh damn.
And then he's the one holding the camera the entire time. So then eventually
Pause.
the camera.
Wait, so he didn't even have. Wait, your kids are YouTubers. Why do you want tripods?
Exactly. But, so it's all weird that he's like getting the angle like this of him eating the box. I can't believe I'm using the microphone as the box. He's like getting
Oh, you're used to it.
Deja vu. Oh my.
See?
What the?
Deja vu.
I don't know why
Calm down,
this-
stop. What? Calm down. Don't say deja vu when I'm talking about eating box.
Just
People
like
then
the
say
whole
ill
situation
directly
of
afterwards.
this
Damn, that-
conversation.
people get the wrong idea.
Ew.
Now they don't have the wrong idea.
Oh, that's too funny.
No, but that was the wow, that was bad.
What if he made this video to be like a meme of like a social experiment, you know?
No, he made it jerk off to Larry because he's sad and he has nothing else. He
Wait,
doesn't
wait.
get laid.
Do you think he made
That's
a?
probably the first time he's gotten laid in a long ass time.
What if
think
he
he's-
leaked it himself?
No, because if
They
you read
hacked
a couple
everyone.
articles, the people who actually did the hack do speak on it. They just don't give their names and information.
Oh, see, I didn't really do any research because
Oh, I watched the
don't
whole
care
video.
about the polls.
See,
Yeah,
I
same.
couldn't watch the whole video.
That was
I read
didn't
the
even-
article that talked about the hackers and how he tried to quote unquote like hire them afterwards.
Yeah.
Like he put an Instagram post up of him writing on a piece of cardboard saying, "Hey, this is giving me a lot to reflect on," or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. This is giving me a lot to reflect on, and whoever did it, let me know who you are so I could give you a job.
yeah.
To me, that sounds like let me know who you are so I could fuck you up.
Yeah, low-key, he's just like,
And then the way you're explaining how this porn was, I can kind of understand why.
it's
Because that means
so
like
awkward.
whatever little ass you could have got because of your kids, there's a good chance it might be gone now.
See, the only thing I saw about the video was, like, I guess before people knew it was actually him, or like before I don't even know. But the only
When
thing
they
they
thought it was
had,
just a bad porn.
maybe, but like people were like, "Oh, Greg Paul's sex tape leaked," but the only evidence they had that it was actually him was that there
his
was a
face eating the box.
no, it was that there was a like
Oh,
in
you
one of
see
the
his him
Paul's
and hair with
vlogs,
some
it
muff.
showed like in his bedroom his headboard, and then in the video you could see the same.
Oh yeah, no,
headboard
they
in it.
CSI'd it. They did the headboard thing, but like
Why would you need to if
What-
you see?
Oh,
his
no,
face?
you don't see his full face. You don't see either of their full face, but when he does eat the box, you see his chin,
Question.
and you see it.
Hold
Oh,
up.
so what? They like
Hold up.
scientifically measured his chin?
No, I just looked at his chin.
Hold
And I
up.
looked at the
I
video.
got
It's
a
insane.
question though. Do you think either one of his sons watched the porno?
They what? No,
They did. They're
See,
like, they're probably like, yeah, dad.
This is why I
nice
thought-
moves.
As soon as he said like his
High five each
dad
other.
was holding it, that's why I got confused and said the YouTuber kids. Like I figured the kids set something up for their dad.
Ew.
Like they found him a woman.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying?
so that Jake Paul vlog prank.
Yeah, it's like the video where he blindfolded that girl and made his dad kiss her. They probably found him the girl and were like, all right, dad, here you go. We
Now
made you
you get
kiss
to
that
bang
girl,
her."
now
No.
you get to sleep with it.
Chill, because that girl was underage, so that means like they waited until she was 18 just to say here.
Have you seen the
You
Pauls?
never
They're
know.
crazy.
If you
Who
guys
knows?
saw- if you guys saw
honestly
that-
haven't.
Apparently, Jake Paul's a sociopath, so who knows what he's capable of.
We'll talk about that next week.
But
Oh, my
sociopath
bad.
isn't that.
No, but no.
Not all sociopaths are that extreme. Let's just put it that
Or
way.
bad people.
What's it called?
Yeah,
But
not all bad people.
if
Oh,
anyone
I
has,
know,
if
but-
anyone's seen that making out video, his tongue work on that underage
Oh, God.
girl
Now we're talking
is
about his
very
tongue?
similar
Wait.
to his tongue work on that vagina. I'm just saying.
So in other words,
They
it still
posted
did
that on the
not
internet.
sound good
How
at
are
all.
they not being arrested? Or even Greg Paul, how is he not being arrested for that?
How are they not arrested for
Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski,
No, no, how
Woody
they-
Allen.
How are they not arrested for burning all their furniture in
Yeah.
a house they rented its backyard?
But I
How
heard
they-
that actually was
There's
still
so
going on
much they should be
case-wise.
arrested for. They're not.
So at
getting
least that's
arrested for
something.
it.
And he admitted, he at least owned up to the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't trying to beat around the bush or nothing like that. So I could at least respect the fact that he's going into it head on. But all these other guys, it's just you're bitches. At the end of the day, like it doesn't make any sense. Like you're gonna have these things that where people have literally said this has happened. I did not want, and not to go back to the Cosby thing, but like at least with the Cosby thing, from what the court case sounded like, it was everybody that was just trying to get fucked up, and everybody was just like, let's take Quaaludes, let's get drunk, let's get high. These people are literally just taking full advantage of women and just doing what the fuck they want. But these guys are still like people still reflect on it, or even like the Kevin Spacey thing with like how they held that movie off because of what he did to that young kid at that time and everything else, and they recognized it. But then shit still isn't going. Like, is he even in any trial or anything right now?
No.
He's just home chilling.
Well, I think the statute of limitations was up on that. This was the one case where the statute of limitations was not
Actually,
up for,
was up.
not up for Cosby. This was the only one out of all those allegations. where
And
there's-
not to sound like I'm being sexist or anything, but has anyone seen that woman either?
I know, but I haven't gone out of my way to research her, so I can't say.
She is not the most attractive woman. I'm not gonna go any further than that because I don't want to be rude.
Oof.
You know what I mean? She said it, not me. So I shouldn't.
That was a delayed oof, but
But it just seemed so odd, the entire case and how it came out too. Like a lot of it just seemed off.
I don't know. This case I think might be true because she came out early. She came out in 05. This was a case.
No.
this was a
I do
reopened
understand
case.
it. Again, I'm just referring. This is me, like, just, I guess, me being a horrible person at the end of the day. When I saw what the woman looked like, I looked at that, then looked at who he was, and was really confused on why that situation even occurred. If you understand what I'm saying.
I know, I get what you're saying, but I think it's when you're, for lack of a better word, a rapist. You're not. I don't think you're always doing it for it's the power.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not about the looks.
It's not always. It's
So I
not
guess
about
it's a
the
good
nut.
thing I don't understand it then, because
Yeah.
like I'm not that type of aggressive type person. So like it's weird.
Like he can obviously. I don't think he obviously he could get a nut. I don't think that's his thing. I think it's the power of. I can take this nut.
like
for the
that
most
cop
part.
in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Like it's really that's what a lot of rapists have. It's just for the power of it, which is even sicker.
Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like the whole case just seemed weird. But like still, then you have all these other guys. Like all these other people need to be held accountable at the same time too. Because if not, all you're really saying right now is that as long as you got enough money, you're good.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You can't. And like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, Bill Cosby had a lot of money, but at the end of the day, like he was the one black guy that got caught. So of course they're gonna use he's going to jail. Like that's how society is working right now, and obviously it's in the process of changing and so on and so forth. But he got caught. all these other guys, they have a hell of a lot more money than Bill Cosby. And Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC.
I'd see.
That scares the shit out of me.
But let's we gotta fact check that because I don't.
This was back in like 2000.
Well, no,
I remember hearing about
they
it.
said but a lot of people were saying that. But we gotta keep in mind.
Now, mind you, I'm not sure. Like, the situation itself was NBC was going up for sale.
Yeah, but
Once NBC was going for sale, they had certain select people that were allowed to make bids onto the network itself. Bill Cosby happened to be one of those people that were making bids. He did not get close to what the bid came up to, but he started the acceleration of it during the bidding process, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because
but-
at first they were like, oh, what is this guy doing here? You're not going to be able to afford it. Then they realized he had some money, and they were like, oh, we got to make sure he doesn't afford it.
But see, the thing is, I don't think there's very few one-man people that can afford NBC. I don't think, and nothing against Bill Cosby. He's definitely rich, but I don't think he's anywhere near enough money to even be in the ballpark. I don't think he's got even $1 billion.
Well, at this point in juncture, he
And
may not
NBC's
now.
probably worth like.
But you have to realize
10.
too, like before the
Yeah.
whole like thing blew up in his face, let's say for instance, with the whole allegations and so on and so forth, the Cosby Show itself has been running since the 70s.
No, yeah, no,
literally. So the residual and then having
I still wouldn't put him in the class of billionaire. Maybe he's got like hundreds and hundreds
You
of
know, he's
millions
got-
of
no,
dollars.
but that's the thing. Back then, NBC wasn't going for that much. That's the whole thing. It's not like NBC as we know it now.
No, I think NBC's
NBC
always been
still
going for-
was only, but
Yeah.
it wasn't anywhere near that big.
No,
It
NBC
has
would
to
have
be.
always been sold.
NBC's
because ABC was never as big as NBC or CBS, and it sold for billions back in the '90s to Disney. So all these networks are billions and billions of dollars. I don't think that's the one thing that I think in this whole Bill Cosby thing gets
You need to be.
Misconstrued.
misconstrued because there's no way. There's no like. I think of him as at the wealth of Jerry Seinfeld, which no one's gonna say Jerry Seinfeld's broke. I don't think anyone's
I'll say
gonna-
he's broke. And that's the only reason why I say it is because I've seen wealthy people. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about based off like.
Well, like in the sense of Bill Cosby.
entertainment.
Oh, hell yeah.
Entertainers.
He is a wealthy motherfucker.
He is one, and I put Cosby at.
Car collection's amazing.
I think Cosby actually has more money than him, but I put him in the close to the same realm because they both had massive shows with syndication. Like
yeah,
you
just
said.
like Jay Leno, let's say for instance.
Exactly. Cosby Show, Seinfeld, they both had, but I don't think either of them are close to even
I feel
ballpark.
the thing is, I don't think, like you said, he did it solely. If you understand what I'm saying.
Got you. He was trying.
It was someone
was
that
trying
was
to-
in it with the bid war with the company. That's the only thing.
I
don't
so
think he
he
was
tried to-
sitting there solo dolo and like, I can afford everything.
Gotcha. He was doing the Diddy Panther thing where he's like, I want to own the
Thank you.
Panthers. Who else wants to help own it with me? Gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And I
Alright.
feel like at that time frame, it was still like a iffy thing. You know what I mean? But regardless of the fact that you have that option, and yet you still quote unquote don't have enough money, that's scary to me. Because that means all these other guys, they have exuberant amounts of money to be able to pull stuff off. And if not exuberant amounts of money, they got exuberant amounts of hands that have been cleaned
Yeah.
without an issue,
Yeah.
which is still scary as shit.
Yeah, but not NBC.
They're not.
Not Bill Cosby.
Not Bill Cosby. Anyways, I think that's a good place to end it. We're at hour 30. So I guess my final note: watch the Greg Paul sex tape. It's really bad.
Yo, son, stop. Yo, no, you're saying it wrong.
I feel
Watch
like
the
you're-
Greg Paul
you're
sex tape to know
promoting
not
it so
what
much
to
'cause
do.
you secretly like it.
No, I'm promoting
Oh,
it
damn.
so that when next time I have sex with a woman, she won't be like, "Wow,
just
this,
know
this
what
is the worst thing I've ever had." Because then she could just look.
No,
at,
she's gonna look at it and be like, "Is that where you got all your techniques from?"
Damn.
On that note, I am Matt. This is My Crazy Podcast, episode 34. Who are you?
Fuck Trump.
I'm Dusty B.
I'm rich.
Bye, Wes.
Who are you? What's your name?
I thought it
Tina.
was hair.
And I'm Matt, and this is My Crazy Podcast, episode 34. Make sure you thumbs up and subscribe down below. We will see you next week.
Early. We out.
Church.